Are you selling your home? These 5 questions are going to save you time, money, and stress, so don't skip them. The first question that you need to ask when selling your home is, what's the best pricing strategy for my house? Now, there's 3 different pricing strategies that we could incorporate. The first is aspirational pricing, and that's where we price slightly higher than what the market is. That's one of those we're leaving room for negotiation. The second strategy is perceived market pricing, and that means we price it right where we think that the market shows us the home is. The third strategy is called event pricing, and that's where we're going to price the house slightly below market value, and then it creates an auction-like environment where buyers will bid up the value of your home so that you get a higher sales price than what you listed at. The second question you need to ask when selling your home is, how are you going to market my home? You don't want to settle for an agent who doesn't have a marketing plan. So if their answer to that question is, well, we're going to put a sign in the yard, we're going to list it on the MLS, and then of course I'm going to post it on my Facebook page, you need to find another agent. You need to talk to some more agents. How do they incorporate digital, social, and print marketing for an integrated approach to get your home sold? That's the key that they need to be able to answer. Third question you should ask when selling your home is, how many homes have you personally sold in my subdivision or in my area this year? Now, when I say this subdivision or this area, if you live here in Morristown and you're in a pretty good sized subdivision, then I would go with, how many homes in my subdivision have you sold? But if you live out in one of the more rural areas, then you may want to find out, has that agent ever been to Bean Station before? Have they sold homes in Rutledge or Mooresburg or wherever your home is located? The reason I say to ask, how many homes have you personally sold, is that teams are a growing thing here in East Tennessee. And a lot of times these agents want to rely on what their team stats are. And they say, well, my team has sold. Well, you don't really want the whole team numbers. You want to know the numbers for the agent that you're personally hiring. So if that agent is relatively new and they're not skilled in doing listings, you may want to talk to some more agents. The fourth question to ask when you're selling your home is, what do I need to do to get my home ready to go on the market? Now, if an agent can't offer any kind of suggestions to you, they probably haven't been selling very long, or they're not confident enough to be honest with you and tell you the things that you need to do to your home to get it sold. There's always going to be 1 or 2 things in a house that I'm going to point out. It could be something like cobwebs on the porch that maybe they haven't noticed, because most people don't go in and out their front door. It could be things like cleaning out the gutters or replacing some burnout light bulbs. Sometimes it's pressure washing the sidewalk or the deck or the patio. There's always something that I can find that will need to be done with the house. So a good agent, when they walk through your home, they're going to be in tune with the market, and they're going to say, hey, a buyer might see this as a negative. Let's go ahead and deal with it so we don't have to worry about that objection when we start having showings. The last question you need to ask when you're selling your home is, how long will it take to sell my house? Now, this can be a trick question because obviously nobody has a magic 8-ball that they can look into and see how long it will actually take for your particular home to sell. But a good agent is going to know, what's the average time on the market for homes in your subdivision, in the price range that your home is going to be. And the answer to that question is going to reflect what you chose as your pricing strategy when you went back to question number 1. So if you go with the perceived market's price, then you should sell within the average number of days on the market for homes in that price range. If you go with aspirational pricing, you're probably going to be on the market for an extended period of time, maybe 3 to 6 months. And if you go with event pricing, then you're probably going to sell the first 2 to 3 days that you're on the market. If you have more questions about selling your home, drop them in the comments or send me a DM.